right, the summer season's upon us and we're looking for that page turner, that mystery suspense, that crime novel. Well, I've got just the author for you, Don Winslow. Let's welcome him to First Coast Living. And Don, last year you delivered the best reviewed crime novel with City on Fire. And your new book, City of Dreams, is the follow-up to that book. Tell us a little bit about these books, and I believe they're based on Greek mythology.
Yeah, they're based on a couple of things. They're based on sort of crime reality, crime history. I grew up in the era of the New England crime wars where mobs were fighting it out. And that reminded me very much of the Greek classics such as the Iliad and the Odyssey. And so what I've tried to do with these books is take those great ancient themes, but write crime novels that could stand on their own, whether you knew the classics or you didn't, but borrows from those themes and those stories.
Yeah, we just heard that Butler is going to play Danny Ryan on the big screen in adaptation of City on Fire. What do you think about all that?
Yeah. Oh man, come on, I'm delighted, like everyone else in the world, I saw Elvis and I was blown away by that performance. And then, I think it was the day after I saw the movie, I get a phone call that Butler is going to play Danny Ryan. So of course I was absolutely delighted. Had a number of conversations with him about the character and the story, and he's passionate about it, and he's also a really good guy, so that makes it all the better.
Yeah, and in fact, this isn't the first movie that's been made from one of your books. Okay, so Savages was a movie based on your novel and was directed by Oliver Stone, so that's exciting. Are you Hollywood's so-called go-to crime writer now?
I don't think so. Listen, there's so many great writers out there, producing so much great work. But I've been very fortunate lately, in that my books have attracted a lot of high quality people and projects. I wrote a big trilogy on drug trafficking that's going to be a series on FX, and now this film with Austin. So I've just been very fortunate,
Very nice. In fact, part of City of Dreams was Danny Ryan in Hollywood having a movie made about his life. So why did you decide to go in that direction?
A couple of reasons. One, in the Aeneid, Aeneas sees murals on a cave wall of his former life. And I was trying to think, what's the modern equivalent of that? And the answer was movies. And second, it's just too tempting. To bring these East Coast gangsters first out to sunny California, and then onto a Hollywood movie set and watch how they interact with the film people, with actresses and directors and things. It was just too tempting to resist.
Very nice. And we understand that the third and final book in the trilogy is due out next year. Can you give us a little sneak peek?
Yeah, I don't want to give you too much of a peek, because I don't want to spoil this book. What I can tell you is, though, we'll find first, Danny starts in foggy Rhode Island and then to sunny California. And in the third book, we're going to find him in Las Vegas.
I love it. That's a good mix. New England, Las Vegas. Oh, I can't wait. So we really appreciate you being on First Coast Living. And of course, for more on this and Don Winslow and the new books, go to firstcoastliving.net.